Gang, James Rice, good morning. Friday morning from Hermosa Beach. Here for another day. Morning to Fire Up Alive, get a couple people on, share some thoughts, share some ideas, move into the weekend, which, as you know, the weekend, as far as I'm concerned, is a lot like the weekday. I don't put away my work and go, oh, thank God that the week is over. I go, I'm going to shift some of my energy, or actually, I'm going to say thank God that I had an amazing week, that I have a job, that I wasn't out job hunting, and that I'm thankful. And now I can move on to my weekend where my energy is going to simply shift. What up, Jen? Jen, I want to say thank you for sharing from the book of Proverbs that I read. Keep that fire burning. What's up, Robert Goyne? And a couple of thoughts I want to share this morning is, and Jen's a great example of this. What you're trying to do, in life is raise up leaders. And so when something happens, like what Jen did, where she shared the book from a couple of days ago, either Wednesday or Thursday, because I didn't do my live and she wanted to keep it moving, and then therefore she shared it, then that's exciting because that's what raising leaders up in community is doing. So think about this. Imagine if 15, 20 people that jump on, these lives would have all shared it. How much, and this is not right or wrong, how much my brand, would have moved or would have grown or would have gotten more eyeballs on it. So the cool thing is, and you hear me chat about this all the time, well, what if someone sees your live and then, because I know Robert's reading the book and Jen's reading the book, they both share it a little bit. Okay, well, you might say again, that's only a couple shares, but wait a second. Back home in San Diego, where I wasn't, Kara and Johnny Mac are holding their Thursday get together, which they're committed to doing every Thursday. So look at that. Because of an example and because of a share, right? I'm not there. I wasn't reading my book and I didn't do my live, but Jen shared. I wasn't there, but Johnny Mac and Kara are holding the Thursday, which they had a couple guests at, and it goes on down the line. The key is, as you know, in the month of February, as we're discussing Valentine's Day, and we're discussing, that reminds us of our heart, that's our anchor. You always want to have, as I've mentioned before, you always want to have anchors, right? Because those anchors are what keep bringing you back to what's important. I throw it the other way and say that your triggers, are what bring up some negatives, okay? Now, without arguing, I don't know, I'm sure your triggers could also be positive, but usually they'll say that an anchor, again, holds me steadfast in my belief system. And so you have to purposely create those things. Believe it or not, an anchor for me is the color red. I've got my red shoes on today because I love the color red. It's funny, people go, oh, that's power color. I'm like, no, to me, it's just a positive, energetic color. And my mom loved it, and my grandfather loved it, and I never saw my grandma with anything except red fingernails, and she had red roses, and my mom likes red roses, and I like red roses. So if you were to send me something, you send me red roses. But the real point is, do you have anchors in your life that, it's actually kind of interesting because here we are in Hermosa Beach, Jen and I, and we're watching, some the weather's actually calmed down a little bit, but a lot of whitecaps out here on the water like yesterday. And we're more important to have an anchor than out on the seas, in the sea of your life, as it gets tossed about. And so, again, those anchors, the heart, brings us back to what we're passionate about and what's important. And so I appreciate that I'm happy to see that through some of the things that I've done, more people are taking action. So just imagine in my world, if I've got more people doing lives, okay? And again, each and every one of you, I invite you, hey, good morning, Mary Kay. Mary Kay, we're getting a little closer. I'm all the way up in Hermosa Beach, so that's a little closer to you. Hope you're off to a good start. Any of you on this live, Mary Kay's brand new. She's got an awesome background in counseling. She's brought to me by Pastor Luana, which we can go on how important that is to have people in your life, that network that believe in you. Pastor Luana is not even technically in the business, but she believes in me. So she shared me with Mary Kay. And if anybody wants to throw up any comments today that Mary Kay might read, the question would be, Carl Bauer from Mary Kay, is how do you launch your business, your community? How do you get started? If I can throw out one word for Mary Kay, one anchor, one term, it'd be fast is fun, slow is painful. Fast is fun, slow is painful. So again, I'm going to keep circling back to the fact that, I simply led and did some things like the live, so more people doing live, keto life parties. So now, again, people are having them without me even being around, which they don't need, because keto life party is just simply shaking up flavors. You roll over to the book, people sharing that. And the more that the people share, notice I'm off of coughing, clear my throat a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get sick, but I'm going to manifest healthiness, so I won't get sick. But anyway, because I feel a little under the weather. Runner 9229. I'm not sure who that is, but that's okay. And again, hey, Aaron. Aaron got a brand new friend on, a brand new promoter, Mary Kay. Again, if each and every one of you, any of you want to throw out what you did or what you feel was the most important thing to not getting started, but getting started with success. Okay, what brought you most of your success? I'm hoping Carl's going to say, I'm dropping 50 pounds brought me my success. So also, if there's things that you want to talk about, boom, 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 just ask. Cool. Then share. I love that. Carl, what do you share? Do you share flavors? Do you share sales? Do you share transformations and testimonies? Do you share it a little? Do you share it a lot? People, if we slide into something, Mary Kay, again, here's my anchor, Mary Kay, because she's brand new, which I love. The big part I love about new people is that they bring me back to when I first started. Every time I put a new person in the community, it reminds me of what I did. And you're talking, that's 8 years ago. So how is that? Why is that a big deal? Because people, if we want to talk about a piece that's so important in your heart, is staying true to anchoring to your roots. One of the biggest mistakes people make in this business or in communities in general is when you feel like you want to move into being this guru and telling people how to do it. Let that be a little tip for you today. Is if you want to be the guy, if you want to be the lady, don't do it when you sign up 5 people. Do it after you sign up 50 people, and a couple, 3 of them have signed up 50 people, and a couple, 3 of their people signed up 50 people, and now you're making $4 or $5 grand a month, and you actually have a community. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes I would say that people make is people get a little bit of muscle, gain 5-10 pounds. Some friends say they look good, and they shift into looking in the mirror mode versus going, holy cow, I need to stay in stage 1 mode, which is I'm skinny, I want to be big. I see this all the time. I saw this with a buddy of mine. He probably needed to drop 120 pounds. Dropped his first 40. He goes, man, I need to find some motivation to drop that next 40. I'm thinking, bro, now if I met you, you look like you still need to drop 80 to 100 pounds. And isn't it funny? In his mind, he's needing to find motivation. That's again like that person who gains 5-10 pounds of muscle. They need to find motivation. That person who makes 3-4 grand a month needs to find motivation. That person who survives or thrives in a year of their first marriage needs to find motivation. That person who's been in their Bible for the first 6 months or so needs to find motivation. People, trust me on this one. The more that you stay, thanks, Robert. The more that you stay in stage 1, I'm tiny, need to lift like I'm big. Brand new relationship, need to lift like you need to treat her like I just met her. Brand new job, need to work like it's like I could be fired tomorrow. Brand new faith, just got in, I'm wet behind the ears drinking milk. Got into my business, had some success. People are blowing hot smoke at my rear. I've dropped 30, 40 pounds. I'm off my energy drinks. People, take this, and I can end this live right here as far as I'm concerned. Take that and and cough on someone. No. Take that. Stay in stage one. People go, oh my gosh, I got so many likes, got so many friends, got so many views. The time you start spending, look at yourself in the mirror, your relationship in the mirror, bragging because you got read your whole Bible, making a couple dollars, won a couple events. That's when you're not as hungry. You're hungrier to tell people how well you're doing. I try and again prescribe to the idea of getting up and go to the gym every day. So I rarely wear a tank top in the gym. Rarely, maybe a couple times a month at the most. Just take a look, applaud myself, pat myself on the back. The rest of the month, it's put on, t-shirt, sweatshirt, and focus on lifting the weights. I don't look at my volume in my business. This is an important one. Till the 28th of the month. Now, you don't have to do that, but I don't, because it's not what I can do in 30 days. It's what can I do in the next 30 minutes, right? It's what Chelsea say? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Cool. It's not what I can do in the next 30 days. It's your business, your relationships, your faith, your sobriety will be determined by, speaking of Mary Kay, I met with Tim Ryan, man in recovery yesterday. And he's completely fired up. And another buddy of mine, Greg Cullen, who has half a dozen recovery homes. So huge opportunity in the recovery community. In fact, if each and any one of you, and you don't have to, if you want to reach out to Mary Kay, if you've been in recovery, or I guess I should say are in recovery, and would like to share with her, I would appreciate it, because those transformations, those testimonies are super impactful. I'm not going to mention any names in Mary Kay, but pretty much everyone watching the live with you, many of them are familiar with the recovery community. So swinging back around, I'm not going to kid you, I barely remember what I was going to say, but look to see what you can do in the next 30 minutes, right? Sobriety in 30, sobriety in 30, sobriety in 30. Stay in stage one. Never get in big shot mode. Stay in that mode, Carl Bauer, Chelsea, what's on there? Jen, Robert going, not what are my people doing, but am I putting 3 to 5 people in a month? Am I putting 3 to 5 people in a month? And so if you watch and worry about, your relationship as a new relationship, and again, your fitness and your faith and your recovery, and you're watching the pitfalls in your recovery and in your relationship and in your fitness, and watching the pitfalls in your business, now you'll have a business. I hope and I pray that myself as a rank 9, new rank 9, that I don't look and act and work anything like a new rank 2. Ponder that a little bit. One of the more fit guys in the gym, I'm going to guess I show up more often than most of the people. Stay in stage one. That's our tip for the day. I'm not going to keep you very long. I would say this, especially the ladies, any of you want to do a live with me, especially in the evening, 5 or 6 o'clock, I'd love to do it with you. I'll do it with the guys too. I'll just be frank and upfront with you that 95% of the people in my community are females. So what do I want to do? I want to raise them up in particular. Why? To get more eyeballs on more 40-year-old plus female eyeballs that want to drop 40 pounds, have better hormones, better menopause, or better energy, better hair. I want to get their eyeballs on my community, especially. So Michelle, you'd be a great one. Michelle, I'd love to go live with you and talk about what the heck you've been doing. See, amazing transformation. Oh, Michelle, we need to contact Ree today, because I believe Ree is signing up. How's Laura doing? Mary Kay, what's she saying? Stop looking back. Yeah, it's funny. That's when I first got divorced, a friend of mine said, you'll never navigate the road in front of you looking in the rearview mirror. You'll never navigate the road in front of you looking in the rearview mirror. So I'm going to jump off. My goal is to go live again today. We'll go Zoom either Friday or Saturday, because again, as a leader, I want to show you what to do by doing it. So to me, people, again, don't look at what you've achieved. Look at what you can do today, just as if you were brand new, and stay in that stage. So questions, comments, let me know what I can do to help. I'll be back in San Diego. We'll be back in San Diego today. Looking forward to meeting and hanging out with each and every one of you. Mary Kay, look forward to meeting you in person. In the meantime, if I could tell anything to Mary, say anything to Mary Kay, it would be so open up your Rolodex. There's two people in there. Well, there's really one type of person in there. There's people who we know want something. And just say, hey, I know we were talking about making some money together. I just looked at a brand new product. I'm loving it. I know the people who started it. I believe we can maybe make some money. Do you want to take a look at it? Hey, I know we talked about losing weight. Hey, I know we talked about getting off the energy drinks. Hey, I know you talked about your anxiety and depression. Hey, I know you're in recovery. Hey, I know you want to be a better mom. Hey, I know you got diabetes. Can I offer you a suggestion? All your friends will say yes. Can I offer you a suggestion? I just even say to people, hey, I haven't showed you my supplement yet. I don't know what I was thinking, but I think you can benefit. Are you interested? Haven't showed you my supplement yet. I believe you can benefit. Are you interested? Open up your Rolodex. Can I offer you a suggestion? Are you interested? Yes. Great. What do you know about ketones? Nothing. Awesome. Watch this 4 or 5 minute video. Let me know what you think. Boom, boom, boom. Send out 30 of those. Send out 40 of those. Find a half a dozen that want to do it with you. Believe me, it'll change their world, it'll change your world. So I'm going to rock and roll. I'm going to jump off. Love each and every one of you. Have an amazing Friday. Chat with you again tomorrow, maybe tonight. Let's see if we can change some lives, starting with yours.